episode of Bench Burner Sports. We appreciate you guys tuning in once again. The press conference for UFC 323 just wrapped up. We're going to be talking about those fights. We're stoked for this card. The last pay-per-view card ever on ESPN Plus. Last pay-per-view ever uh, as far as their current
Thank
structure that they're
God.
going with is concerned. So everybody's happy about that. Don't have to worry about illegal streaming anything anymore. So
Allegedly.
yeah, well, sorry, Russians. Um, but yeah, no, we're stoked on the card. It's a stacked card. It's a really good one for to end off with, I would say. Excited to talk about it. Appreciate everybody for being here. Knuckles, how you doing, bud?
Doing good, man. Pretty good card to end the year. Pretty good card to end the era because I'm going to pretend that the last card doesn't exist because, like, why go out on that? But no, pretty pumped, man. Good card overall. I think we're in for a treat for some good stuff. Could be. I do think that the flyweight title fight's really compelling. Bantamweight one, it's got some questions about it. Still excited to talk about it. Card's pretty solid. And just thank God ESPN is out the door because like if we had to keep paying for pay-per-views, cool, just as long as it's not fucking ESPN, man. Not again. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. All right, Squared, how you doing?
Well, let me start off by saying follow us on our socials at bench_burner. That is our X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. All those are at benchburner sports. And then some. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. As far as how I'm doing pretty dog shit right now. Sick as a dog. That's why I'm not sitting next to Max right now. Feel like I've been axed in the head, but that doesn't stop me from being super pumped for this card. So yeah, let's dig in. I'm excited about this one.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's get her going.
Kind of getting some flashbacks to 2024 bench burner sports, or well, Bourbon and Bud back then.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
being in my
That
room,
feels
just
the same, right?
the
Hey,
shittiest setup.
could you guys do me a favor and go to our Twitter right now and see if it's live for you guys? Because I'm pretty sure I just
Oh,
accidentally figured out how to go live on Twitter.
I think it's been doing that.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes when I see the live Twitter things,
oh,
like
we
you
are.
can watch it from
We are.
Twitter.
oh okay. Well, fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Well, sweet. I guess we'll just get right into the fights then.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? Of
That was me. That was you.
course it was.
You're good.
Starting with the main event, we've got Merab Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan.
Can I interject and say I'm really excited to hear y'all on this one because y'all, both of y'all, for your little prediction, our championship predictions predicted Jan would
I
become
can't believe that
champion.
we're here right now,
And
bro.
I will say this: I thought y'all were ridiculous for saying that. I thought like that dude's not even going to get a title shot this year. Here we are, got a chance, but we also know who Merab is now. So
Nope. Me and Knuckles are going to be right just
mm.
because that's how it is. Um, I am not
Trying to pull up the
super
card.
stoked on this fight, just to be honest. Everybody knows my feelings on Merab. I think he's a fun guy, but I think his fights suck to watch. Um,
Yep.
I think that's a ridiculous statement.
yeah, I know, right? Uh,
If you said that in 2023, I'd be in full agreement with you. But 2025, Merab, that's a different animal.
eh,
He's fun, but again, like it's kind of. I mean, the
he still
Sandhagen fight was
shoots.
compelling to a point, but
He still shoots 50 takedowns a fight, but
yeah, that's my issue.
those are crazy numbers. But I mean, I will admit, yes, he's gotten more entertaining, um, more so recently than he was in the past. But that's also not saying very much at all. Um,
I think it's his personality more than anything.
yeah, his personality's fun, but I mean, I don't know. I'm also just being kind of salty. That being said, I have to pick Peter Yan. Uh, whether or not I feel like that's actually going to happen or not doesn't matter because I made the prediction at the beginning of the year and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, same way with me, man. I do I believe in it? I don't know. Guess like some things that you can look at in this is that the fact this is the fourth time that Merab is cutting weight this year. And he just cut weight like a month and a half ago. Didn't look the greatest making the scale the last time. That can really affect your fighting ability. I mean, look at Alex Pereira. He was being really active, and it really, the injuries start to get to you and stuff. I think Merab's style, though, I think he could probably go in there with a broken, unless he's going in there with like a broken leg. I think he's going to be all right, because he's just when they say he's the machine, he is the machine. Piotr Jan, I don't know if his performance over Marcus McGee made me say, yeah, this guy is definitely going to win the title back. Like, it was a good performance, but there's nothing that's his boxing's great. I mean, that's one thing. His boxing is great, but your boxing can be great. But when you've got a guy on humping your leg for 25 minutes continuously, and breaking freaking record numbers on takedown attempts and all that shit, it's gonna be hard.
It's a good way to
So,
put it.
yeah,
He has, Peter. I mean, Merab has been more entertaining lately, but we also remember what happened last time he fought Peter. So,
kind of going off that note, Knuckles, with what you were saying about the McGee fight, there's not been anything really, and ever since Jan started kind of getting on a win streak and piecing some W's together, there hasn't been anything that showed me that he's like improved to the point that he can beat Merab now. Like there's, like,
he hasn't.
Yeah,
he hasn't improved.
Yeah, I think he's maybe improved in certain areas, but nothing that says like, oh man, yeah, he's got it this time. Just like nothing in any of those wins leading up to this that says like, oh, he can stop Merab now, specifically Merab and his style. Right. I think he's kind of doomed in this fight, to be honest.
I think that regarding, how do I put it? I don't think he's improved like at all. I don't think he has. Now, maybe I don't know what he can do in this camp to really cancel out what Merab's bringing. I actually think he's digressed in a lot of stuff because he's a little more tentative on his, I don't know how you call it, his boxing and stuff like that. But at the same time, it depends on who he's fighting. He looked good against Marcus McGee, but his only hope really in my eyes to beat Merab in this fight is by finish, and he hasn't finished anybody since he beat Jose Aldo back in 2020 by TKO fourth round.
Long ass time.
Right. But I don't know, man. I mean, I gotta ride it out with Piotr Jan. I'm probably, I'm gonna pick him because I like the guy, and I really would like to see him it'd be a hell of a story to get his title back, especially against somebody like Merab. But I don't know if I'm going to give a random ass prediction. I'd say that Jan's going to win like a TKO. He'd have to. That's how he'd have to do it. And I mean, Merab's been clipped before. He's got a hell of a chin, but I think the weight cut after weight cut after weight cut, making 135. And the fact that Jan's probably pretty well rested versus Merab just constantly being in the gym and being fucking crazy. It's going to catch up one day. I don't know if this is the fight, but let's just say it is.
The only thing I don't feel like Peter Yan really has like one shot KO power. It's more like volume. Yeah. Wear you down TKO type of.
Now, if he cracks him though, like if he cracks him good and just starts pouring it on, like Rafael dos Anjos did to, or Colby Covington and Rafael dos Anjos did to Robbie Lawler, like when they had him backed up and were just waylaying on the fence. I mean, they didn't TKO him, but I could see that with Yan. He's got a little bit more power than RDA, and for his weight class.
You mean Peter Yan has more power than Colby Covington? Well,
actually, honestly, I think even at his weight, I do think he probably has still more power than Colby Covington. Now RDA, I don't
know. No.
RDA. Yeah, for me, I got to go Merab. I think what's gonna cost him in this fight, from those 4 weight cuts this year, is that he's not gonna be able to finish Jan. I think that dude does good in rematches. I think if this fight had happened earlier in the year, then he might even potentially sub Jan. But I think he's gonna get this one by decision.
He's the only dude that's like 35 years old and still getting better. That's fucking crazy.
The odds on that, by the way, Merab is a minus 410 favorite, and Peter Yan is a plus 320 underdog.
Probably right.
Nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
That's probably right. Oh, by the way, everybody, sports betting is now legal in my state.
Uh-oh.
Time to blow that money, brother.
Let's go.
Okay, hold on me.
Sniper was in the comments. He said, "We are live, baby." Thank you, Sniper, always being in here, man. Thank you so much. Anybody else? You guys got any comments when we're about this card, about anything we're saying? Chime in, obviously.
All right. Next fight up is the flyweight championship with Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Um, another good one. Excuse me, another good one. Alexander Pantoja obviously has been pretty much unstoppable since he's gotten the belt, but Joshua Van has also been unstoppable since he's been on his little run. It's been impressive to see, especially for a kid so young. He's only 24 still. He's been on a crazy run for a 24-year-old, especially in a division like flyweight where there's just so much talent. Um, Alexandre Pantoja is a minus 238 favorite, and Joshua Van is a plus 195 underdog. Knuckles, how are we feeling?
Man, I think kind of surprised the line's not a little wider, just because of how like dominant Pantoja is. But at the same time, Van has the ability to kind of make it just a dogfight with anybody. And I mean, if he sticks to the game plan that Urseg had outside of dumbass takedowns, um, I could see Van having a lot of success in this fight because he's a similar, he has good boxing, um, and I think he can utilize just being very. I tweeted or yeah, posted this the other day and said that he's a static fighter. Like he relies a lot on openings and stuff. And I mean, we saw it against Brandon Royval, what kind of won him that last round and really won the fight was at the end, and then he clipped him right there at the end, but he kept knee stomping him, and it affected Royval. And I feel like if he goes into this fight and can find openings like that, he has a chance. But at the same time, this is Pantoja, man. I mean, he's at worst the second greatest, second at worst, like maybe third greatest, but I think he's the second greatest flyweight of all time. He is, I would say, his competition. Every defense has been better than probably one of Demetrius Johnson's defenses. I hate saying that, but it's true. Demetrius Johnson fought in the division when it was extremely weak. The flyweight division is pretty strong right now. I mean, his weakest defense was probably Ursig. Um, but even then, like Urseg's still a boss, and so is Royval, and so is all the people he's fought. Man. But I think in this fight, this is Pantoja's fight to lose, and I genuinely I think that unless age is catching up to him, I just think he's just going to ground him and probably put on a y'all must have forgot and you're not quite ready for the big show, fella. Performance against Van, but I do believe Van has the ability to upset him. But I'm sticking with Pantoja, man. Sticking with him. I can't deny how good he is. And if he wins this fight and Merab wins his fight, I would just genuinely love to see those two fight. Like that would be a hell of a fight. So that's what I'm hoping for. But if Van wins it, I'm not upset at all. But I'm picking Pantoja
Yeah.
probably by decision.
I don't know. I call me crazy, dude, but I think the pants are coming down. I think they're coming down.
Shit.
I
Hey,
think
that's okay.
I think Josh is gonna do it. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. It's one of those gut feelings. Like Pantoja is, like you said, one of the best, if not the best. Yeah, not the best, but one of the best
Hmm.
flyweights of all time. Um, but he is 35, and I think in those, I've said this before about Pantoja and been wrong. Um, I think that age, I mean, it's got to catch up eventually, especially at those low weight classes. Age is undefeated. It's the only undefeated fighter that's ever
Hmm.
existed. Um, and I think this might be the case in this fight where we finally start to see some age. And I mean, to be fair, we kind of did in the Urseg fight. Urseg had some really good
Hmm.
moments, and Urseg is not that close of a fight until it wasn't. To me, hasn't aged the best. So I don't know.
But then he came out in the next fight and absolutely just smushed Asakura. I'm pretty sure.
He
So like,
did, he
yeah,
did, but also
Asakura
who knows? Who
has been
knows
weirdo.
where Kai Asakura ranks up in the
Right.
UFC talent level right now? But
Right.
I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that Josh. is going to get it done. I think he might TKO him personally. I don't know. I got a
That's
feeling.
fair.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm kind of with I'm with Max on this one. I think Van's gonna do his thing. I think last time I made the prediction versus Royval that this was too much too early. He came in on fucking what was it, a week's notice, uh, put up a good fight. The most success we've seen anyone have versus Pantoja, aside from Urseg, I guess, but was one of the most success we've seen someone have versus Pantoja in recent memory would be Moreno, and that was a dogfight. And Josh Van is very good at dogfights, so if he's able to make it a dogfight, I think he can get it done. I think he can also TKO him. I'm also, and again, uh, who hasn't said this about Pantoja, but he is getting old. I think I said it last time. I picked him to beat Kai, but I did say like it was my concern that he was getting old. Still a concern. He's only gotten older. He hasn't gotten any younger, obviously. Um,
right.
so,
Crazy how that works.
yeah, I know. Hear me out. He only got older after a couple months. But that
It's
being
controversial,
said,
dude.
that being said, I think that this is just the one. It's kind of, I will say it is a bit of a gut feeling that I'm going off here. And I think a lot of it comes from the Royval fight because like I said, I love Josh Van, was saying I hope he won that fight, but I picked him to not win versus Royval. And he went in there and he fucking knocked everybody's socks off. And I just kind of, and Knuckles, how many times have we said this? Every time Van gets in the octagon, he is so much better than the last time we saw him. It's crazy. It's crazy how much he's always improving. So I expect that to continue, and I expect him to win this fight.
He just can't.
That's fair assessment.
You can't pull a. You can't pull a low, like you can't have any lapse of fight IQ like Ursig did. That's what lost him that fight.
Yeah, shooting that
That
takedown.
is always a danger
A
with
lot of
young
people
guys.
also haven't
but-
like really tried to take like who's the last person that was a solid wrestler that tried taking him down? Cody Durden, I think.
Well, I'm
right?
not even just specifically like a takedown attempt. I'm just
Mm.
saying like any lapse of like fight IQ in a fight against Pantoja is gonna cost you the fight because he's just that good. And I mean, you just can't do it. You can't get tired, and you cannot make a silly, stupid decision because he will take advantage of it. That's what he does. But I'm still going with Van. That's my caveat.
No, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think
Sweet.
we'll see. I'm excited. I'm actually
Yeah,
this
man.
is probably one of the fights I'm most excited for. Honestly, it's so good.
It's gonna be a good one.
Excuse me.
The next fight we're gonna be talking about is Brandon Moreno versus Tetsuro Taira. This is another good one. I mean, this card is
Fucking
just
banger, dude.
stacked. That is another one that for me is tough. Another one of those that could go either way. I don't know why I always think Brandon Moreno is so much older than he is. I guess it's because he's been around for
He's only
so
like
long.
what 33,
31.
32.
31. Yeah, I know, right?
I forgot he's my age.
It's insane. It just feels like he's been around for so much longer.
Mm.
But Brandon Moreno is a plus 105 underdog, and Tetsuro Taira is a minus 125 favorite. Last time we saw Tetsuro Taira, he fought Park Hyun Sung, and that
Who also got fucking dominated in his last fight by Bruno Silva, if I remember right.
Yep, he won by second round submission.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fight before that, obviously, he lost to Brandon Royval, knocked out Alex Perez the fight before that. Brandon Moreno, he is coming off of a win over Steve Urseg back in March. He's been on a tear since that Royval loss. Beat Albazi, and then
Such a strange performance too. That Royval loss was so weird. He forgot how to throw a fucking straight and a jab. Like,
yep.
what the fuck?
And,
which is his best weapon.
We've been talking about young fighters. I think this is a case where the young fighter isn't ready. I mean, I know Tetsuro Taira, he has looked better in most performance. He's looked better than the last. Obviously, other than the one he lost to Royval. But I mean, who did he lose to? I just said it.
Royval.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Going crazy here.
No,
But yeah, and then he just beat Park Hyung Song, who Knuckles mentioned just got dominated. It's not even him necessarily. It's just Moreno is still that guy. I think, like I said, he's not old. I think Moreno's been here too many times. I don't think Tetsuro Taira's been here enough. I think Moreno gets it done. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. I think that I agree with you, man. I think given the situation, what Royval does, Brandon Moreno can do better in some sense of the word. I know Royval beat him, but that was like a really weird performance from Moreno. Um, he just has the ability to stuff takedowns, and he's really good on the ground as well. I mean, we've seen what he does on the ground. Tatsuro Taira has also shown that he's not maybe as good as we thought he was on the ground because everybody, hyped him up as this grappling wizard. And I know it's been a while and it was kind of, a different circumstance, but I think it was his performance against Shirez. There was some moments in there where I was like, I thought this dude was supposed to be like a world beater, and Shirez on the ground was like hanging with him for a minute. Um, and Moreno is just a tad better than Shirez. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I agree. I just think that this is a fight. This is Moreno's fight. Sorry, this is Moreno's fight to lose in this situation. Not saying that Tyrad doesn't have the ability to beat him because he definitely does, and it depends on what version of Brandon Moreno we have, especially because Moreno does have strange fight IQ at times. I think it's been a minute since he's fought, but I just think he's still one of the best in the world. And honest to God, I think um, and on any given day he could be champion. He just he had a really close fight with Pantoja that one time. If they rematched, I would say Moreno's got a hell of a chance. If he fought Van, I I don't know who I'd lean on that one because Moreno's got really, really good boxing. Um, I just think Moreno's that guy, dude. I think he's still one of the best in the world, still fairly young. Not a lot of, I mean, he's got a lot of miles, but at the same time, he doesn't take a shit ton of damage outside of
Been
the
in some
Figgy.
wars, dude. I was about to
Well,
say
the Figgy fights
Roy
and
Val fights.
the Car France fight, he got a little
Roy
banged
Val
up too.
too.
Yeah, Roy Val. But like, I mean, what I'm saying though is like, it's not like he doesn't get rocked that
Doesn't get
often. Is
rocked,
what
but
I
he
mean.
gets hit
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. So I'm
Uh,
still leaning Moreno, and I think I'm going to go with decision since it's a 3-round fight.
Before you go squared out, one thing too, I cannot believe he's the underdog. That's kind of crazy.
Moreno's the
But
underdog?
you got to remember,
Yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, he's a plus 105 underdog. Tyra's a minus 125 favorite.
Yeah.
Not still,
Got to tell I need
it's
to go watch
well,
close.
this one.
It's
barely
close.
pick him, barely not pick him, but still, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's insane in my opinion because I think that Moreno's I think this is a pretty clear victory for him to be honest. Um, Tatsuro Taira is a great fighter and I think he's got a really bright future. But that being said, he had kind of his big step up versus Royval. Came up short, really close fight, really good fight. But then I feel like they're just being way too quick to put him up against a very similar caliber fighter.
Right.
And not really letting him do a natural progression. And I think he's just going to fall short on this one again. I would say Moreno by decision.
Yeah.
Royval's gonna just sneak into the
Yeah.
octagon and shoot them both.
He's what he fights the week after. If that fight even fucking happens, it's Manel Cop. Ain't no way he's making
Not
it to the
counting on
octagon, bro.
it. Not counting on it.
All right.
Watch Manel Cop pull out and Alex Perez fill in instead.
Didn't Perez just have a fight announced?
Yeah, and he just lost like not very long ago too.
Yeah.
Perez just a sicko, dude. He's like, yeah, I just want to keep losing. Let's go.
All right. Next fight is Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. Obviously, most people know by now this is Henry Cejudo's retirement fight. I don't know. It's a good one. Henry Cejudo is an old man at this point for that division. He's 38 years old. It seems like he could be 45 with how long he's been around. Peyton Talbot, obviously the up and comer. Most recently, I think he beat Felipe Lima after losing to Raoni Barcelos the fight before that. And then Henry Cejudo is coming off a loss to Song Yadong, I believe. That sounds right. Yeah, this one to me is tough because I know we've talked about this before, where fighters come into a retirement fight, how
Right.
how bad do they really want it, all that stuff. I don't think that's
Right.
an issue with Henry Cejudo. I think he trains like a freak. I don't really see that being an issue. And his fight IQ is top tier. That being said, I think he's just too old. I do. I mean, we're talking about age a lot tonight, but I think Peyton gets it done. I'm not really confident in it. Um, but I think Peyton, aside from one or two fights, maybe looks better every time he goes in there. Um, and I could see him just being able to defend takedowns and get a decision. I don't really think he'll finish him, but I think he'll play the outside well and just touch him up for 15 minutes.
I
Also,
don't
did I say the lines? Henry Cejudo
know
is
what's
a plus 210 underdog. Peyton Talbot is a minus 258 favorite.
what the fuck.
They're
Okay.
uh,
What
they're
the
suddenly
fuck?
pretty confident in his grappling defense. That's
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting taken down. And I know Felipe Lima's not Henry Cejudo and whatnot, but and I just the lost to Jaime Barcelos, and you're fucking. I don't know, man. I get Henry's old, dude, but it's Henry Cejudo, and this is Peyton Talbot. This guy's best win is Felipe Lima, who's not even probably currently. I mean, I think Felipe Lima's also got a bright future, but he's not even currently top 30 in the world. That's his best win. Like, you went from what Cameron Simon to what Ione Barcelos and then Felipe Lima, and now we're going to Henry. So it's Henry Cejudo. I don't care what anybody says. It's fucking Henry Cejudo. Yeah, he's 38, but I think Talbot has the ability to knock him out for sure, like catch him. We've seen Henry hurt, but he's also tough as nails. And I think one of the only times he's actually ever been like really finished was to the body, and that was Demetrius Johnson's jumping knee into his body or whatever that cracked him. And Talbot's got good knees, but I don't know, man. He throws a lot of kicks. That's openings for Cejudo to catch him. The big concern is the size, but Henry Cejudo has always been fighting bigger men his whole career. That's just how it is, except for when he was at flyweight. But um, I kind of just still lean Cejudo here. I could be wrong, and that's cool, but I think Triple C, dude, I think he still has it in him. He's also not like the worst striker in the world. Everybody like acts like he's just a wrestler. Broken crack too. We saw him. We've seen him, you know, trounce some dudes on that, with his hands. He's not bad. It's just
he is
I
not. I
I
just
I
don't know.
I think that he's going to have to bait Talbot into throwing kicks so he can set up his takedown game. And obviously, we also forgot that Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist. Ione Barcelos took him down, and I know, yeah, he's improved, whatever, but Ione Barcelos is not even like remotely in a similar realm to Henry Cejudo's grappling. And this is going to be a big tell, dude. I'm not saying that Talbot can't win it. I just don't think he will. It's kind of like when they said that Raul Rosas Jr. was supposed to fight somebody highly ranked recently too. I don't know what they're like. They're just trying to push these guys. They're jumping them from like the 50th best fighter in the division up to ranked opponents, and it makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I think Talbot should be fighting maybe Rob Font. I mean, even that's like a stretch, but um, yeah, jumping up to Henry Cejudo is a little wild, especially after losing to a guy who's not even in the rankings. What, less than a year ago, something like that, or maybe a little over a year ago. I don't. Even, I wasn't. I know that wasn't that long. So we'll see. We'll see if his grappling training with Frank Ocean is gonna pan out for him. But I think Henry Cejudo might be able to take the back door on him.
Yeah, Talbot's he's got his path to victory for sure, but I just could not, in good faith, pick him to beat one of the most elite wrestlers in the UFC's history. After what we saw against Ione, it's just hard to imagine that since then he's improved that much that he could put up with. And I know Cejudo's old, but I don't think it's taken that much off of his wrestling. Um, Also, not to forget that Cejudo's last fight, the loss against Song Yadong, I don't think it's crazy to say that Song Yadong's a better fighter than Talbot is right now, and he was way
He'd
closer in that
fucking kill
fight.
him, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to put it nicely.
Right, right.
But Cejudo's way closer in that fight than people remember. I think people forgot because it had such a wacky ending with the eye poke and Herzog, who is, by the way, not refed since this whole thing's gone down. He's did that thing where he made it. He like sent it to the 5th round or the 4th. I can't remember, but weird
He had
shit.
an overbet. He had an overbet.
That's aside from the point, but it's just like I like Talbot, so if I'm wrong, cool beans. But I mean,
Tough.
an Olympic wrestler, and you got dogged out by Barcelos on the ground. So
to be fair, Barcelos was like a national champion
let's
wrestler in Brazil.
But he's not Henry Cejudo.
A national champion wrestler in Brazil. She was a national champion grappler.
Max
in general.
I'm just saying.
Max. I could go to Brazil. I could go to Brazil. I've never wrestled a day in my life, and I could go to Brazil and become.
I'm so sure that you.
They don't
do that.
fucking wrestle down there. Bro.
They don't do wrestling.
They do that.
It is in their blood to fall backwards.
They do that jiu-jitsu.
He was a national champion wrestler, freestyle wrestler. That's all I'm saying. 5 times.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, I didn't know that. That's pretty
5-time national champion freestyle wrestler. So he's not just a scrub. Is all I'm saying.
He's
all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
But again, we saw what he did. Imagine what Cejudo's gonna do. That's what I'm saying.
In theory, yeah, we'll see.
In theory, true.
And in real life on Saturday night.
Maybe.
I'm also. It's gonna be Cejudo by decision.
That's you guys are using MMA math. Remember that does not work a lot of the time.
It's not really MMA math.
No, it's not the same because it's we're breaking down aspects, not like fight versus fight. MMA math.
How he does versus certain styles isn't the same as saying like, oh, he beat this guy who beat this guy, so he should beat.
Yeah, that's MMA math.
That would be MMA math. This is he does not do good against grappling. This Olympic gold medalist wrestler is probably gonna destroy him. But
mostly just playing devil's advocate. Don't really see the.
That's what gets you sent to hell.
Okay, don't really see how he's such a wide favorite. If a favorite at all, minus 250 just seems crazy.
That's pretty fucking wild. That's what I'm like. I'm telling you right now, as a first time better, going. I'm gonna put I might have to pair Henry Cejudo and Moreno into a parlay, dude. That kind of sounds sick, honestly, because 2 underdogs that shouldn't be underdogs. Let's do it, man. I mean,
all right. The last fight on the main card, we've got Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov, who fucking awesomely showed up to the press conference decked out in the Hitman outfit. That was awesome. That was cool.
I gotta go back and watch it.
It was cool. He showed up like literally dressed as Hitman, and it was awesome. I love that. Don't think he got asked maybe one question, if that. But he looked cool. He looked cool.
He would have got questions if he dresses NoHo Hank, but
yeah.
No, maybe.
He's fighting Jan Blachowicz. Love Jan, and every person, especially Jan Blachowicz, has a puncher's chance, but that's about all he has in this one, I think. I just think, I mean, he's an old motherfucker, and he fights old at this point in his career. I know we haven't seen him fight in a while.
When was that Oldberg fight?
Oh, man, it had to be last year, right?
I lose track of time.
I'd have to say that was in like spring or something.
No, it was early this year. I think it was one of the first cards of the year, and some people thought he also possibly won that fight. And I think if I remember right,
it was close, but it was just like neither of the guys were doing anything.
It was in March, and he's fought twice since 2022.
He had the double shoulder surgery, and he's had fucking a shit ton of surgeries.
Yes. He's also 42, and Bogdan Guskov, since losing to Volkan Ozdemir in his debut, has ran through every single person they put in front of him. Not saying he's going to run through Jan. I do think he knocks him out. I don't know. I know Jan is Jan, but he's 42 years old. I mean, we saw what Glover looked great.
Glover just got on top, bro.
No, but Glover looked great against Yuri, and then looked like a total shell against Jamal Hill.
I think it's because that Yuri fight took it out of him. I think that just took his soul, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Eventually, that's gonna happen to Jan, and I know I kind of am wearing this trend out tonight, but I think the age, even in light heavyweight, is going to catch him, and I think Bogdan handles him fairly easily.
It's crazy to think Glover was too.
Jan is a minus 125 favorite, which is kind of crazy to me too.
I think that's a close line.
And Bogdan is plus 105.
I mean, you got to remember though, Jan's a former champion, even at 42, and light heavyweight's pretty nice to older fighters because it's just not a good division.
I mean, Henry Cejudo's a former champion. Plenty of former champions.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of like on your line of thinking. I think Bogdan can like definitely crack him. Let me look and see because Jan's pretty long for his size. How big Bogdan is. He's the same height.
Jan has 2 inches of reach on him, and they're the same height.
Yeah, and that's not that much. Yeah. I might have to go Bogdan on this. I don't know about TKO because it's been a long, long time since Jan's been knocked out. But again, I do think the speed advantage is definitely on Bogdan's side. I would not be surprised if he comes out like a berserker, but the problem is you also got to watch for the counters of Jan. I don't know if the speed, though, with his counters is going to be there to be able to counter Bogdan. He's a former champion. I really like the guy. I really like his leg kicks. That's going to be also like a telltale sign. If he can still chop those legs and if Bogdan doesn't respond well to that, that'll be like a big sign. Also, we could just see Jan do the old tried and true that he has to do every once in a while. He doesn't do it very often, but just go to the wrestling. Like we could see that.
True.
I don't like to make a pick. I mean, my initial thought was Jan, probably by decision because he's been pretty good at making fights boring lately. Like I still love the dude, but he just has an ability to just kind of win fights or like try to win fights. I'm going to go with Bogdan, though, and I think you're probably right. I think you might TKO him. The age, the injuries, the speed, it's just on Bogdan's side. But would not be surprised to see the legendary Polish power come out and kind of clip him or even just lay on top of Bogdan for 3 rounds. But we'll see. Scott, what do you think on that one, man?
For me, the speed is the biggest thing because Jan has looked painfully slow in his last few fights. He looked brutally slow versus Alex, and he looked very slow versus Olberg, and then also just a little gun shy. I think Bogdan's going to go in there, and he's going to use that speed to his advantage. They say. Speaking of the Polish power, all respect to it, I don't think it's there anymore. They say power is the last to go. He is 42. So it definitely has dwindled a little bit. I don't think he's gotten a knockout since Reyes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like 2020,
and that's Reyes too.
Yeah, when Reyes that was the start of Reyes getting flatlined in every fight.
Jan, he TKO'd Alexander Rakic, but that was an injury.
He blew his knee out.
And that was a fight that he was like, it was kind of a 50-50 type of fight.
He had 2 knockouts in 2020 against Dominic Reyes and Corey Anderson and hasn't knocked anybody out since.
Yeah, so
I forgot that he fucking knocked Corey Anderson. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Oh, fuck, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think the Polish power is there as much anymore. I'm sure the dude.
I don't think it really ever was there. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I think
it was always a little bit mythical, but it
sounded cool.
Yeah, I don't see him putting Bogdan out. I think Bogdan's going to actually finish this fight pretty quickly. I think he's just going to overwhelm Jan very quickly.
Kind of like you said, Jan's been power shot or gun shy. And if one thing that Bogdan's not going to be, it's gun shy.
Yeah, that Olberg fight was so brutal to watch. Because both those guys were gun shy. I remember my grandma was watching the fight with me because she was over, and she hates MMA. She thinks it's like disgustingly violent and all that stuff. Even her, after the fight, when they announced Olberg,
your grandma John McCain.
when they announced Olberg had won, she was like, "Well, why did he win? He didn't do anything." And I was like, "Hey, valid point, Nina."
That's great, dude. Yeah, Bogdan, man, I love him, dude. He's a freak. I love him. Sniper in the comments said Bogdan season. I agree. As much as Jan used to be like in my probably like top 5, top 10 favorite fighters, I think, or not Jan. Yeah, Jan. Bogdan's this might be the passing of the torch for that for me. I do love Bogdan anyway, so
anytime there's
we need some new life.
Yeah, anytime there's a new exciting fighter at light heavyweight, I'm gonna like him pretty much
100%.
because it's so rare. We're getting more now. It seems like
his personality's fun shit too. His
he wore a
personality
fucking Hitman costume.
Yeah,
love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got to have more of that. Make light heavyweight great again for real, dude. We gotta have. That used to be the glamour division. I miss it, dude. Back when like Chuck and Tito and all that, man, that shit was fun. We need that again. Rampage, Shot Evans, Lyoto Machida, Shogun. God, it was beautiful. Those were the times, man.
All right, that's the main card. There's a couple really good prelims.
Prelims too.
To start, I figured we'd talk about Terrence McKinney and Chris Duncan.
Violence.
Yeah.
Violence. Violence.
Yeah. I think Chris Duncan, I think they both have a chance, but I think Chris Duncan has a better chance to kill him. Like, I think he has a better chance to catch him and put him out. We've seen Terrence McKinney put out.
He's got a weaker chin, yeah.
Obviously, one of the times was just a nasty, nasty flying knee that probably would have put out anybody. But he's been put out other times, and I just think he has a weak chin. He looks like that fish from Fish Hooks. That was kind of random, but he just popped into my brain.
Kind of like a fish anyway.
No. Like you're fish, right. Bro. Yeah, but he looks like I can't remember his name, like Oscar or Milo or something from Fish Hooks, that Disney Channel show back in the day.
So yeah,
just like him. But
wild. I love that.
Yeah, no, Chris Duncan. He's like a Scottish fighter that can actually strike, which is cool.
He's a banger, bro.
Yeah, I think he wins pretty violently.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a violent like 2 minutes. It's gonna be nasty shit. Terrence McKinney says he's like, I'm just gonna wrestle like it's gonna be Terrence Magomedov or something like that. Which Terrence can wrestle, but also I think he forgets that Chris Duncan's not the worst grappler in the world.
And it just maybe I'm wrong here.
It's about
maybe
like
sorry, maybe it's just like pictures, but I feel like Chris Duncan's gonna be so much bigger.
Really, I have to look again. You know, the one thing is, I think when they make fights and you get those random fights that are like almost dead even. This is one of those because I think skill wise they're like not in the same way, but skill wise level where they're at, I think they're almost exactly the same. Because I don't think Chris Duncan is going to like go into the rankings and Terrence McKinney never will. I just think they both have power. They're both violent and they're both fun in their own ways. I think it's about a dead even fight. I'm not sure what the line is, but yeah, I'm leaning Chris Duncan because of Terrence's chin.
I've seen Terrence go out in disgusting fashion too many times.
Yeah. So. The line is Chris Duncan is a -148 favorite. Terrence McKinney is a +124 underdog.
I think that's fair. I think that's very solid.
Almost to pick him.
I mean, when Chris Duncan beats Mateusz Rebecki, who I think would fucking kill Terrence McKinney. But again, MMA math. That's why I'm saying it's hard to say because I think they are similar.
Yeah, that and. To be fair, yeah, I mean, Chris Duncan, when he got into the UFC, I think, didn't he kind of like falter a little bit? Yeah, he lost to Manuel Torres.
Yeah.
Which fighter. I guess that's his only loss in the UFC. So not really. I mean,
and that's a fucking good loss to have because Manuel Torres is on the cusp of the rankings. If he
fights on this card too.
I'll say if he fights and beats Grant Dawson, we'll know how good he is. Yeah, if Manuel Torres beats Grant Dawson, we know he's fucking for real because Grant Dawson is like that cusp 15 guy, top 15 gatekeeper, who should probably be ranked. But
he was remember they were talking about him for like the next top 5 guy, and then he just kind of fell off a little bit. But
I think it's who he fights. I think it's how he fights, and I think it's that he doesn't fight as often as he should. That's the problem with Grant Dawson.
He's also an elite grappler and just doesn't use it enough.
You know who he reminds me of in a way, not in the exact same way because their grappling style is a little different, but he reminds me a lot of Sean Brady. He's just a workhorse, man. Like very, very workhorse.
Except he doesn't use it. Like he'll go a whole fight without even – I mean, he won't go a whole fight without usually shooting a takedown, but he'll try to get in firefights with people when he shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
shouldn't do that.
Bobby Green, fucking King Green fight. But yeah, I think can't wait. But in this McKinney and Dawson fight, their Duncan fight, I can't wait to see McKinney get chinned and then immediately go talk about how he OD'd that one time. So
God,
hey, he's got me blocked.
The only man to ever OD on mushrooms.
He's the only fighter that has me blocked. Because I remember why he blocked me. It was like back in the day when he kept calling out Patty. And he
I
was
got
like,
blocked for the same shit,
he
dude.
was like, literally everybody wants to see me fight Patty. Literally everybody. And I was like, the people that want to see him fight or see you fight Patty, and it was that gif of John Travolta, like, and
He tweeted something out about how I think it was he said King Green took the dive. He said it looked like King Green took a dive against Patty, and I said kind of like how you took a dive in this fight, and it was him getting fucking kneed into oblivion by Bonfim, and he blocked me immediately. I was like, sorry, bud, sorry. I'm an asshole, but that's the only time I've ever. Well, him and Megan Anderson. I was also mean to Megan Anderson because I asked her how Jason or fuck the Krause, James Krause. I asked her how James Krause was doing. She didn't like that. So those are the only two times I've been like a pure asshole to fighters, but also those are two like fairly unlikable fighters to be honest. So I mean, some people like Megan, but I don't know how many people really care for Darren's that much. She's a fun fighter.
sweet. So you said
I
Chris
said
Duncan too,
Duncan.
right?
Yeah,
Squared.
yeah.
Yep, Duncan.
I think we're all going to finish on that one here.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, I mean, the next one I kind of really want to talk about. I mean, we can talk about Sadikov and Farisian, but I mean,
This is going to be Sadikov getting exposed because I don't think he's as good as everybody says he is. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's very good. I think he went to fucking he had to crawl through hell against Slava Klaus. And it went to a draw. That's all I'm gonna say.
you talking shit about your boy Slava Claus?
No, but I love Slava Klaus. Look at how he's looked lately, bro. Just to be honest, I just don't think he's that good. And like Moda or whatever, the fight that he had a hell of a fight against Moda, and the elbows were. Oh shit! I froze. Oh shit! Oh shit! Somebody froze.
Whoopsies.
Oh, we're good. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Zio. That's all I have to say. I just don't think Sadek. I think he's gonna get slightly exposed.
Yeah.
Maybe. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm not. I don't even have a pick on that one, to be honest with you. One I do want to talk about. It's crazy to even say this dude's name on the early prelims. It's Marvin Vittori
Yeah.
versus Bruno Ferreira. When's the last time we've said early prelims and Marvin Vittori in the same sentence? It's had to have been years and years and years. That being said, he's fighting, like I said, Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk, who most recently got a submission win, which is crazy, against Jackson McVeigh. Beat Armin Petrosian this year as well, and I think he's going to round his year off with a brutal knockout win over Marvin Vittori. I know that's crazy to say because I know his chin is his chin.
Did you just say Vittori and knockout in the same sentence? It doesn't go for either way because he doesn't knock people out and he doesn't get knocked out. So
I think he's going to get knocked out because
Brennan Allen
he's got so much. Dude, Bruno Ferreira has crazy power, and when he throws hard. And when people throw against, even if they don't throw against Marvin Vittori, he doesn't throw anything. He doesn't fight. He just goes, unless it's Paulo Costa for some reason.
That fight was so fucking good.
Yeah,
God,
unless it's Paulo Costa.
I forgot how good that fight was. It was so
he doesn't do anything. Like over the last couple of years, really.
The Brennan Allen fight was fun. I can't believe it got fight of the night. It shouldn't have, but it was fun.
It was, but I don't know. I mean, maybe he throws back and maybe it's a fun war, but I honestly see.
I think it's going to be a fun war. I think it is, man.
I think it's a late first round knockout for Bruno Ferreira. Also, the lines really quick. Sorry, Marvin Vittori's minus 115 favorite, and Bruno Ferreira's 105. So
I think that's fair. So let's pick them. Yeah. I think I am kind of getting concerned because chins do eventually crack. They all do. We saw Max Holloway. Fuck yeah, and we saw, we've seen Mark Hunt get his legendary chin got cracked. Boy, Big Country Nelson, his chin got cracked. They go, and the fact that Brennan Allen actually, I'm pretty sure had him rocked at one point in the last fight, and I'm like, Brennan Allen of all people is rocking Marvin Vittori. What is going on? Yeah, I just think in every facet of the game, Marvin Vittori has regressed where Bruno Ferreira, I won't say he's progressed a shit ton because his level of competition has been kind of you
I mean,
know,
he started getting
here and
submission
there.
wins.
Yeah.
That's progression.
Yeah. And he's in what his loss.
He's
He had
got
a
two
loss to
subs this
Abe.
year.
He had a loss to Avis, right? Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not like the only concern, but at the same time, Marvin Vittori's not a fighter like Avis where he just throws his whole pussy into it. So, I should probably not say that on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube and everybody else's family that's watching. My bad. But
That was just a
anyway,
crazy thing to say.
That was
Not
pretty
even his.
wild.
I'm trying to toss up the lingo, man. I don't know. I'm switching it up. But no, he just throws his whole back into it, man. And I think that and Vittori doesn't. Vittori just kind of like jab, jab, pillow hands. I call it's definitely jab, jab, pillow hands. So that might be my new nickname for him because that's all he does. And I think Bruno might. I think you're right. I think Bruno might crack and maybe like I don't think Marvin's ever even been knocked down. So it'd be pretty cool to see at least
That's
him
one
get
thing
a
I was gonna say.
knockdown.
He doesn't get knocked down or knocked out, but
Oh, dude, he has an
there,
insane chin.
but
It's fucking
there,
crazy.
but there are. I mean, he has been rocked a few times, like on his
Oh
feet. He
yeah,
just doesn't go
I
down.
think I think Izzy might have like cracked him once. Oh, I know Rob. Rob had him kind
Yeah,
of fucking
he's been
crawling like
wobbly. He's been
yeah.
wobbly before.
He just has a very innate ability to get out of the situation. I think he just backs up, kind of runs.
He literally runs. Remember,
But
there's memes of it.
Bruno won't let him. Bruno will fucking
No,
chase
he
after
will
him and just
chase.
yeah. It'll be wild. Yeah, man.
Chase him like a fucking demogorgon.
Hell yeah.
Stranger
Shout out
Things
Stranger
reference.
Things.
Um,
Gang gang.
I can definitely pick against Cannonier, but it's hard for me to pick against his chin. I don't know about him getting knocked out. I see where y'all coming from. It
You mean
doesn't.
Yeah,
Vittori?
I don't think Cannonier's gonna get knocked out Saturday night
Yeah. Sorry.
because he
You know
doesn't
what?
fight.
You
he's
know
like
what? Sorry.
he's like I'm done.
I was
I'm
thinking
done.
about the Cannonier fight because I was thinking about
Oh yeah.
did Marvin
Yeah.
get wobbled in that
I
one?
mean, if
But
Probably.
he might get knocked out Saturday night if he's like at a bar or something. You never know. But
I mean, Vittori got almost
it's
knocked out
hard
in
for
the
me to pick
casino.
against Marvin's chin. I don't know if he'll get knocked out, but I don't think he's going to win the fight. That's for sure. He's
No.
just so inactive, like not inactive, like fighting wise, but like in the octagon, he is not an active fighter. So it's hard to see him pull that off. I think he loses by decision.
he's pretty inactive fighting wise too.
That too. A
Also,
little bit. When was his last fight?
This year has been better, but remember before that,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, it was like he held the same ranking forever without fighting, and I'm like, dude, why is he
he's
even
fought
still in the
twice
top
this
five?
year.
He was still in the top five forever,
He's
and I'm like,
fought
why is
and
he in the top five?
he's fought and lost twice this year. He lost to Roman Dolidze and Brendan Allen. Before that, his last fight was in
Oh
2020.
fuck, I forgot. Yeah, dude, if he's losing to Roman Dolidze in the big 2025, Bruno Ferreira's
I'll
because
never understand why they made that fight. That was a rematch. And it was like
yeah,
a
and it
main
wasn't
event,
it.
if I'm not mistaken. It was
Yeah,
their second time fighting, and they just were like, "Oh, the main event for UFC, whatever, little
yeah.
Apex card."
Me and you rolled with Roman. I remember that, and then like Roman's just kind of falling off of. Well, he
Yeah,
got absolute fucking dogged by Fluffy, but also like I just think that Roman's gone kind of downhill. So yeah, if he's losing to Roman Dolidze in the big 2025, I do believe Bruno Ferreira can definitely probably do enough to win, even if it is a decision. Because who knows, Bruno might be a little more tentative in this fight. That'd be cool to see. Maybe a little more conserved.
Yeah. Well, we've been live for 50 minutes. There's one more fight that I'd like to talk about. Then we can wrap it up if you guys want,
Shoot,
or we
go
can
for it, man.
touch on more if you want.
Nah,
Last
I'm good
fight
to
I
go.
was going to talk about is the Edson Barboza versus Jalen Turner fight. Jalen Turner coming out of a very quick retirement.
That was not a retirement. I don't care what he fucking says. That was just, hey, give me a couple months off, big dog. So,
Hey, man. He
I think it was 5 months, right?
dramatically
It
possible.
was like 5 or 6 months. It wasn't very long.
last time he fought was March, yes. So,
Yeah.
however, I mean, I do think he wins this fight. Just Edson
Fucking
Barboza.
hope so.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
No, I
Knuckles
mean, I'd
has
hope
this
he'd win.
weird. Knuckles has this weird hatred for Jalen Turner, like how he does with some fighters. Jalen Turner's gonna win. That doesn't mean you gotta hate him. He's gonna beat Edson
I don't get that.
Barboza,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be probably a pretty quick knockout.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know why this fight was made. Honestly, like I do not understand the matchmaking. This is for them to be like, okay, like Turner's got talent and we really like his personality. He's got a fan base, so let's give him a legend to boost his name. But then we're going to put him on the early prelims. Stupid ass matchmaking, stupid ass placement. They could have put him on the main card of next week's Apex card. I think he would have got a little more eyes because not a lot of casuals are tuning into the early prelims. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of casuals are going to tune into the main card of next week's Apex card, but still at the same time, weird placement on the card, weird matchup. Why the fuck are we putting Edson Barbosa against a killer in 2025, dude? He is a shell of himself. He's going to get
Yeah.
knocked out. It's going to be brutal. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, Jalen Turner is so good. And then Jalen Turner is going to go shit the bed again, like he always does.
I mean, to be fair,
But
it's like he almost fucking knocked out. He should have beat Moicano if he would have followed up. People forget that
yeah,
Moicano's been
that's what
on
I'm
a crazy
saying.
run.
And yeah,
So you can't say that was him being overrated. He just didn't
I
follow
also
up.
don't think.
Well, it's low fight IQ, so
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not, that's what I'm saying. He makes a lot of stupid decisions, like
and that plays
Bahamondes
into skill. So you could argue that's
hey,
overrated.
like
maybe
initiating the
the time off was
grappling
good for him.
against Bahamondes, who is known for the fucking triangles and shit like he did. I'm like, what are you doing? It's just his that's what I'm saying. His fight IQ is so off. Um, but he's gonna win this fight. It doesn't matter. He's gonna win this fight, and it's gonna be nasty, and I'm gonna feel really bad. And I'm hoping to God Edson retires after this fight. If he doesn't, then do like Edson versus another legend of some sort as a send off fight. We don't need to see him go out there and take punishment anymore. He's done enough for us. He's a great fighter. Be really fucking cool to see him get like some crazy ass highlight reel knockout and then just ride off in the sunset. But I don't think that's going to happen here. I think Edson's gonna my prediction is Edson's gonna get knocked out brutally, and then he's gonna hang him up on live TV for like the 5,000 people watching early prelims, and it's gonna be really sad.
Whoever told him that moving up to lightweight was a good idea, it's just not very smart.
Well, it's because he was really good there back in the day, but
I know,
moving
but
up to lightweight to
these
fight
days-
Jalen Turner,
Yeah.
not conducive to your health, big dog.
Edson Barboza's a plus 250 underdog. Jalen Turner's a 310 favorite, by the way.
Fuck, I'd hammer the line on Turner.
Matt,
I'm gonna put.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna put Turner by gift. Yeah, my prediction on betting: do Turner by finish. You're gonna get some money off of that.
First round KO. Square,
I
do you got
agree.
anything on that one?
Yeah, I just agree with y'all. Not too much to add on to it. He's gonna win.
Sick. Cool.
I'm kind of pissed. I'm gonna miss these early prelims. I'm gonna have to be watching on my phone at this Christmas party for sure.
I might miss the like first two fights, so I'll unfortunately miss the.
Work Christmas party, so I have to. I won't
just
be
gonna be
back
working.
I won't be back till probably right when the main card starts. It sucks.
I am
but
kind of sad because I'd love to see Mansour Abdul Malik get a nasty ass finish against Tricoli because that's what's going to happen. But that's the only thing I'm going to miss. But oh well.
well, do you guys have anything else?
No. Hope everybody enjoys the card this weekend, man. I'm pumped.
It's going to be an awesome card. A good send off for ESPN. We never have to spend $80. You know, I did the math. The average UFC fan, assuming they pay for ESPN Plus, pay for every pay per view, is going to be saving over $900 a year on the Paramount switch because Paramount's only going up $1, and
Well, that's all they're doing. That's
yeah, it's going from like $8.99 to $9.99 or $7.99, $8.99, something like that. But you're saving over $900.
I pay for the premium one.
And I've already got Paramount, so that's essentially just
I do too.
Yeah.
$1 more a month, and then I'm saving all the other. Wow.
Yep. It's over $900. So that's insane. But hey, it's a good send off for UFC for the pay per view era, which has been around for 30 years now. So it really is a monumental change in the sport.
This is like this is almost the death of the pay per view model because the only people that are still holding on to it are boxing, and I don't know
WWE's even really primarily let it go. Yeah,
they don't do pay per views anymore.
No, they just do streaming services.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
They
I
do
thought it
too
was a
many of them.
pipe dream when they were saying like, UFC might go to Netflix. Netflix doesn't want to do pay-per-views. UFC still does, and I was like, well, if anything, that just means UFC is not going to go to Netflix and they're going to go to someone else that'll do pay-per-views. But they didn't go to Netflix and still didn't do pay-per-view. So
I love the hidden caveat though that Dana threw in there. He was like, we're not going to do pay-per-views anymore. He goes, but then he threw like a but in there. He said
yeah, he's like
there
there
could
could
be
be.
very special events. Like I don't see Paramount being like, yeah, we'll make this a pay-per-view. They just don't strike me as that type of business model. But I could see like, I know that they said that
Watch the White House card cost like $500 or something.
that's what I was thinking. That was the only card that I think might cost money if they're going to charge for it. But I know that they're going to have. Somebody said that they're putting, I think, Tough and the Contender Series on a different platform. At least I thought I had heard that. I don't remember, but also, I can't remember where I heard this, so don't quote me on this. Anybody watching, or you guys? Supposedly they're doubling up on Contender Series, like 2 parts of the year, like fall, like he normally does, and I think spring. The only thing is, if he does that, he's going to really have to start like cracking down on who he signs because
Yeah, he's going to have to go back to how he used to, where it's like you had to get a finish and very impressive.
Or he's gonna start cutting like after every Contender Series.
Shit tons of people out the door.
He's just gonna have to cut all the people that are still hanging on. Like like Alex Perez probably should be gone. I don't know why the hell he's still in the UFC. He's like on a 4-fight losing streak. I love Alex. I really like the fighter, but like Edson, well, Edson gets in there because of the legend clause, but like there's certain fighters maybe kick him out the fucking door because there's a lot of room that needs to be made. But
yeah, agreed.
Also, do you guys think Mason Barber is going to make it to the fight this weekend? Speaking of people who need to be cut, I bet you can't even fight.
We'll see. I believe I want to see it.
Yeah.
But with that, we are sitting right at an hour, so I guess this is a
I need
good
to take a shower.
Yeah.
I just got out since that's still in my work clothes.
I was wondering why you're wearing fucking overalls, but
yeah.
Well, appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, another live series. We have kind of decided that this is probably going to be the format we use, at least for the time being, live format, just because it tends to work better, and I don't know, it's just funner.
Works for us, yeah.
But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Last pay-per-view card of the ESPN era and last card of the pay-per-view era. Last pay-per-view card of the pay-per-view era. We're stoked for it. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Knuckles, you got anything, buddy?
Yeah, man. Thank God we don't have to spend money anymore on. Well, I mean, we still have to spend money, but not as much. And I'm pumped, man. I think it's a pretty solid card to end on. It's not like a end all be all card, but hell, it's a pretty good one. And I think we're gonna have fun with it. Could get a little dry in a couple parts, but I think overall our fight thirst might be sated a little bit. I'm considering this the last card of the year because next weekend's or the actual final card is not the greatest, and you can't convince me that the main event's going to happen because it's not. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited, definitely, and hopefully I get to see all the fights. But we'll see how work's going. So anyway, Square, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for a bunch of these fights. I'm excited for this card, generally speaking. Looking forward to it. I know it doesn't sound like it because I'm fucking sick as a dog right now, but I am. So don't forget to follow us on our socials. X is at bench_burner, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, at benchburner sports. You'll find us there. And thank you for watching. I'm going to go crawl in bed and die now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go take a shower because I smell like shit.
See you guys next week.
Peace out, guys.